So the Alec Baldwin film Rust, controversial. I've talked about this many times on my channel. It is finally having its world premiere this November. It's going to be at the EnergaCamerimage. It's in Poland. It's an international cinematography film festival. For context, if you don't know anything about this movie, even if you know about all the drama with, of course, the tragic accidental shooting of the cinematographer, Halyna Hutchins, when a prop gun that Alec Baldwin was holding was discharged. Even if you know about that, you might not know anything about the movie, like what it's about. So I've pulled up the Letterboxd blurb here. And here's what it says. Quote, infamous outlaw Harlan Rust, so that's why it's called Rust, breaks his estranged grandson Lucas out of prison after Lucas is convicted to hang for an accidental murder. That's ironic. The two must outrun legendary U.S. Marshal Wood Helm and bounty hunter Fenton Preacher Lang, who are hot on their tails. Deeply buried secrets rise from the ashes, and an unexpected familial bond begins to form as the mismatched duo tries to survive the merciless American frontier, end quote. That's really a weird coincidence that this movie also involves an accidental death. The film, when it premieres at this festival, is going to be followed by a panel with director Joel Souza, who was also shot in this accidental shooting, but luckily survived. The DP, Bianca Klein, who replaced Halyna Hutchins after she, obviously passed away from the gunshot wound. As well as Stephen Lighthill, who was Halyna Hutchins' film school mentor at AFI, the American Film Institute. And the panel's going to involve this kind of multifaceted discussion surrounding the tragic events that happened on set, the importance of on-set safety, as well as just the general, women's role in cinematography. And I have a quote here from the festival director, Marek Zajdovich, I apologize, saying, quote, we knew that our event was important to her and that she felt at home among cinematographers from all over the world who have been gathering at CameraImage for over 30 years. Together with cinematographers and film enthusiasts, we will have the special opportunity to remember her, end quote. Notably, Alec Baldwin will not be there. I think since he's the one who pulled the trigger, or supposedly did not pull the trigger, but ultimately since he was the one holding the gun, I think there's maybe some trauma there of, because if you watch the video of him when he was being questioned by police, and they tell him that she died, his reaction is just heart-wrenching. So I would imagine he is like, I don't want to go see this. I don't want to go to this event. And it probably also has something to do with the fact that he, just recently won his legal case where they were trying to put him away for his culpability in the event. So again, for the context, this is a low-budget Western starring Alec Baldwin. In October of 2021, Baldwin's prop gun discharged with live ammo that shouldn't have been in there, killing Ukrainian DP Halyna Hutchins. The armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, was this year convicted of manslaughter, and she's currently serving an 18-month prison sentence. Baldwin was also charged, but was later acquitted due to essentially malpractice by the prosecutor. And it's interesting because the film, was not done being filmed. So they ended up resuming production in April of 2023. Baldwin described completing the film as, quote, nothing less than a miracle, end quote. And the scene where Hutchins was shot has been removed, right? So that whatever moment that was supposed to be in the movie, they just cut the whole thing out. I'm sure they would be able to do it and ensure that it would be safe. But I think there was just maybe, again, like a collective trauma on the part of the crew. And the director, Joel Souza, even said as much, saying, quote, not just that, but also a few things leading up to it. I'm not going back to that, end quote. Because, again, he was not only, I'm sure it's traumatic for everyone on that set, but, again, he was shot. He also got hit by this bullet. So this really raises an interesting question. Should this film have been finished? And now being shown? Is it honoring her memory? Or is it disrespecting it? And I'm not sure. It's one thing, because of course you're going to have this kind of flowery language of like finishing it in her honor. I can't imagine this is going to be a very good film. Like, I'm not trying to make light of this, but is it really that important to finish this film? Is it really honoring her memory, even if it's not disrespecting it? Is it really honoring her memory to finish this film. I don't know. And I think if nothing else, the film existing at least serves as a cautionary tale, right? On-set safety is so important, especially when you are working with firearms, right? Even if it's a prop gun, because things like this can happen. And when I went to NYU for film school, a little humble brag there, we had a whole class that we had to take called production safety. And this was before this happened. But we would go through over the course. It was like a half semester course. It was like maybe 6 or 7 weeks. And we had to go, and we went through all of these famous instances of like tragic preventable deaths on film productions, ranging from super indie and small to like big budget films, right? I imagine this is not only included in if NYU, I would imagine, still does this course, not only is this event included, I imagine this is like almost the primary, this is like the centerpiece of that curriculum. So it's just a really heartbreaking tragedy that was so preventable, right? It's so easily avoidable, but due to rushed production, lower budgets, inexperienced armorer, it was going to be a recipe for disaster. So if nothing else, the film being finished, everyone involved can finally put it past them and they can just move on, which is I think that's what they all need the most. Wow, what an interesting story. I'm sure you have some thoughts about the topic, so comment below, let me know what you think. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really, really helps people find the channel and makes me feel all warm inside. Until next time, I'm Peter Mancuso. Peace out.